All right, Tuesday the 24th, back to lower body, and we have a ladder. I do believe we did a ladder before. This is a 2 to 20, so I just have go as high as you can. Yep, we did a ladder on Wednesday the 11th. So go as high as you can. If you can only make it to 16, that's fine. 2 to 20, that means that we are going up by 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, up to 20, or whatever number that you can reach. And then our second part is half wipers. So 2 to 20, Bulgarian split squats, straight leg deadlifts, pogo jump squats, fire hydrants. So Bulgarian split squats. Gotta use a chair, couch, something. That's this one. Okay. That's per leg. We have straight leg deadlifts. Is it straight or single? Straight leg. We've got our pogo jump squats. That's the bounce, bounce, squat, bounce, bounce, squat. And we've got fire hydrants, which is this one. And for our part 2, we have half wipers. So we normally do windshield wipers. This is half wipers. So your knees are going to be bent. Actually, I can show you straight on. Tabletop position, drop your knees down to one side, return to the middle. Drop to the other side, return. Drop, return, drop, return. And that one is another good stretch, and you might get some cracks and pops out of your back. Okay. So again, with your ladder, that means you're doing 2 Bulgarians per leg, 2 deadlifts, 2 pogo jump squats, 2 fire hydrants per leg. Then you're going to go on to 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8, 8, 8, up until whatever number you can do, ideally around 20. So, Bulgarian split squat, you don't have to have a chair, but you have to have something that you can put your foot up on. And if you can't, I will show you how to do it. So with these ones, I tend not to ever put in my program because not only do I think that not that they're hard to explain, I think they're hard to do. And obviously I can't watch you. So, and it's hard to find the right height. So that's why I tend to not even do these, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go wild and I'm gonna put them in there. So you're gonna put your foot on the chair. So the top of my foot is resting on the chair, and I'm going to jump my foot out in front of me. So what I have seen people do is they've set up from the floor and then stood up. But this again only is really gonna work if you have the right height. So like I don't, okay? So my knee is not touching the ground. So that's making it really difficult to get in position, but I mean, I guess I can make that work. And then you stand and they say that's where you should be. Okay, so that's kind of tricky. And it's also, I tend not to do this one because my chair moves on me. So I have to have it like up against a wall. Either way. So you have one leg out in front, one leg is on the chair, and you just sink down, stand up, sink down, stand up. So another thing with this one is that you can work either more of your butt or more of your thigh, depending on your positioning. So if you're more straight up and down, it's gonna work more of the front of your thigh. If you are wider and you get more of like a diagonal going down, it's gonna work more of your butt. So again, that's why I tend not to even do these because there's so many different ways you can do it. It's hard to tell if you're doing it wrong or if you're just doing a different variation. And again, I can't see you guys. So as long as your foot is on the chair, flat, one foot is in front of you. Remember not to be tight roped. You wanna have a nice wide stance, sink down, press up. As long as it doesn't hurt, I mean, these suck. But as long as you are not like painfully hurting yourself, you should be fine. If you do not have a chair, that works for you, or it's not a good height for you, whatever it is, you're just gonna do a split squat, which means you're just gonna stand on the ground like this, sink down, up, sink down, up, sink down, up. So you can do that if you don't want to do the Bulgarian where your foot is up on the chair, and of course you can do with or without weight. So that's another nice thing about a ladder, is that like if you are somebody who really wants to challenge yourself, you can do all these things with weight and make it really difficult, and maybe you don't make it all the way to 20, but you still made it really difficult by adding in the weight. Or if you want to take it, you know, lighter, you can do no weight at all. Maybe you can go higher on the ladder. It doesn't matter. It's all about what you want to do. You know, if you're sore that day and you don't want to, you're feeling strong that day, you want to add weight, it's all up to you. So that's your Bulgarian split squat. Now we have straight leg deadlifts, which I'm pretty sure I've talked about. Maybe we did a single leg before, or we even did straight leg before, but I also talked about the same stance when we talk about our swing. So it's the same idea. Hinge at the hip, butt goes toward the wall, your back is straight, but it folds down to the floor from the hip. Your weight comes down. You don't want to reach down, just let the weight hang. So for me, it usually hits me about mid-shin. Stand up. Fold at the waist, your butt goes toward the wall, your back goes toward the ground, but it is straight. You feel that pull back here. Stand up, okay? So your body is just doing this. Feel that pull, up. Feel that pull, up. So that is honestly about how slow I go. So this one, I like to have good form, so I typically go slower. So as I was saying, you want to make sure that just because you're holding the weight, that you don't reach with the weight. You're not trying to touch the ground. It doesn't matter how far the weight goes down. What really matters is when you feel that pull on your hamstring. So again, for me, it's typically like right here is where my hands are when I feel it. But notice how straight my back is. My back is bent, but it is not rounded. It's straight. So my shoulders are not hunching down. They're staying back. That's your straight leg deadlift. Pogo jump squat, we've talked about this. Jump, jump, squat, jump, jump, squat. And then we have our fire hydrants, which I think we might have done either like fire hydrant to donkey kick or something like that. We maybe have done. Your fire hydrant is where you're kneeling and you're just gonna lift your leg up and to the side in the way that it is already. So lift, down, you're not changing anything. Lift, down, pee on the hydrant, down, up, down. Okay, and that's per leg. So once you do your ladder, you're gonna go on to your half wipers. So this is 4 reps. So whatever number you pick, you have to make sure it's an even number, so you do the same on both sides. Or just, I guess you could do all one side and just pick a random number, but I always do side to side. So you're gonna be in tabletop like this, and you're just gonna drop down to the side, return to the middle. 1, drop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for me, I think that my shoes hit before like my knee does. So when I drop down, it's my foot that is touching and my knee is actually about probably 1.5 inches away from the ground. Then I come back, same thing. Sneaker hits, but my knee doesn't hit. So that's fine. And you want to kind of go slow because you don't want to just be going like this. You want to have that stop, drop, return, drop, return, okay? But those are fun. That is your Tuesday, the 24th.